Around here, this is more than a game. It's family, it's culture, it's legacy. A community that understands the work, respects the grind, and honors the journey. From the hardwood to the highlight moments, to every player chasing greatness. This is where passion grows, where fans become family, where standards are protected, where women's basketball lives. Welcome to Everybody Loves Juju 12.
Good morning, everybody. It's Everybody Loves Juju 1-2 Talk Hoops. I'm your host, Juju. How y'all doing this morning? I know it's early, unexpected. You didn't even get a schedule of me when I was coming up. But if you happen to watch this on a replay, we're just going to get up here and see how many people I can get up this morning early. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's Saturday morning. On the East Coast, I know you guys, it's almost afternoon, so there's no reason for y'all to, that's right, Ball and Chill. Good morning. Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. Come on in to this chat. We're going to chop it up. We're going to chop it up a little bit. See what's on y'all mind. What's on y'all mind? Are you thinking about the Trojans women's basketball team this morning? Or from the Nike Summit game, some of the players that we have? Or are you thinking about a WNBA? Wild trades and moves going on, and their new CBA contract is amazing. Seeing so many people become millionaires and things like that. I love it. We got to talk about the first pick of the WNBA. Ooh, yeah, we got to talk about that. We probably need to have a little bit more people coming in. You guys might not like what I think. You might not like what I think, but I'll listen to what y'all think when it comes to that. Okay. They say Olivia going first. Oh, really? I didn't hear that. Let me tell you, this class is underwhelming for me. And honestly, I've said it, for a minute. I mean, I had all of fam at one point going first. I was so underwhelmed with this squad that I couldn't even get with it. I couldn't even really tell you, honestly. What I could tell you is that I felt that it was wide open for the first pick. And then it also, because I'm obviously not the GM and I'm not showing, because a lot of it, let me say this, Ball and Chill, a lot of it has to do with the fit of what Dallas is looking for, right? And so because of the CBA negotiations, I couldn't tell you fully what I thought the first pick would look like because of the free agency hadn't taken place. The expansion draft, I couldn't really tell you because I didn't really know what the team needed or what they were going to do. Was Enrique staying, Enrique going? Did you need a big? Did you need a wing? Did you need a guard? I really couldn't tell you. What's going on, Chicago? Thank you for joining. Yes, it's a beautiful Saturday morning in Southern California. I got some sprinkles outside that happened. So it's kind of like gloomy, but my grass looks great. Nice and green. Got some water today. So it's not a super hot day, which I'm happy. I needed a break from. I like to bundle up and, drink something warm. But listen, we can talk about, like, Ball and Chill wants to talk about the first pick of the WNBA. That's what I was talking about. And then I wanted to talk about Nike Hoop Summit and upcoming possibly Jordan Classic. And then Trojans, of course. We can go far back as, what is there to talk about with the NCAA championship, March Madness, right? Underwhelming game. I was just like, but hey, shout out to the other team in Southern California for winning that championship. I can't lie. I'm feeling kind of good that we, like, me, you know how I feel about us being in the Big Ten. You know how I feel about people downplaying our conference. And what kills me is, like, South Carolina got a chance, and they already had this feeling already about us. The fact that they got swallowed up by UCLA. Texas, you got beat by UCLA. And these are the same girls that Juju's been playing against her freshman year that has won 4 out of 6 times, right? The same girls. I'm so glad that they get a chance to play them, to play UCLA and realize how big they are, how connected they are, how good they are. They tweak some things. They're moving faster. They're large. I was so glad that they understood. We played them 3 times out of the year, twice in regular season, and more than likely we had to play them for the, Pac-12 semi tournament, right? Then we had to play them for the Big Ten conference. And I'm so glad that they beat the hell out of the teams that they did, so they can see like what we face all the time. Which is how great we are. It's how great. Can you imagine the Trojans, what we did with Padilla, Forbes, Juju, Rhea, right? And then next game, we're without our nerds, and we got Kenny Dog, and we got Avery, we had K9, we had Rhea, we had Kiki Irfin, we had Talia Van Olfen, right? This team, Malia Sam, we battled them always. Right? And I keep trying to tell people, I said, man, you guys have no idea how good this UCLA didn't really know how good they were. How about that? That's what it was. They didn't know. And I wanted to put this down on a recording before. Hey, there you are, UCLA. There you go. Crown them. Hey, this is a Trojan channel, and I ain't got no problem. Is that you, RC? I ain't got no problem talking and giving y'all your flowers. But I'm just trying to explain to anybody that may be flowing through here on my channel from other conferences how deep and how tough the conference of the Big Ten is. Stop downplaying us. We the real deal. But I want to say something about UCLA. I'm going to shout out to them because, look, I'm coming from a perspective of a baller that I played in the NCAA Division II ball, played against Division I teams in Southern California, right? And our college is now Division I because of that. And let me say this. My coach at Cal State Northridge in the mid-'80s, and here it is 2025. I don't want you guys to think, or if you paid attention to what Corey Close was saying or that UCLA did, what they did was they used the technique of visualization. She believes in the holistic approach. Visualization, writing in your journal, speaking affirmations. And I don't know if they had a sports psychologist. Guess what? I was part of a team who did that. All right, my junior and my senior year, right? Our team used all of those techniques before anybody else had ever talked about it. I'm proud to say, I am so proud to say, and every time I would bring it up, nobody really knew what I was talking about. The technique of visualization is something really incredible to use as an athlete, especially when you're injured. It's something that we use. And also we had meditation time, but where we connected, but the journaling, the speaking affirmations over yourself, and having a sports psychologist. Because if I could see plenty of times of some kids that are young players that I've seen in this tournament, they're going to need to sit down with someone and sort out their feelings and write out their feelings, because some people are choking. I'm not going to say any names, but some people are choking. Some people are getting to the moment and they're not able to meet the moment where it is. The moment is becoming overwhelming for them. Okay? But Corey Close She has the right concept. It's not the first time it was done. I'm going to give my coach, Coach Leslie Mielke of Cal State Northridge, all the credit in the world because we've been done that. And we did that in the mid-'80s. Sorry, it's not the first time. Coach Chloe, she did a great job coaching, as you said, crowned my UCLA Bruins champs and leading them. But here's the thing. Here's my theory. Here's my theory, guys. I think a lot of people rose to getting, not to take awards from them, but I am getting awards, getting to the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, and championship. I think the ecosystem is thrown off without the Trojans in there, with the fact that the reigning National Player of the Year, Dawn Staley Award, Ann Myers Award winner, and the Trojans with the Freshman of the Year, Jazzy Davidson, we're not there. So I feel like certain people, this is a hot take. I know. You're probably like, yeah, Jew. Okay, whatever. You can say what you want to say, but this is my show. I'm going to talk. I feel like the ecosystem is thrown off. And I've never seen so many, and tell me what you guys think. I've never seen so many underwhelming Sweet 16 Elite games in my life. I can't even remember. It might have been some, but the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8, you can't tell me those games were underwhelming. The semi game between South Carolina and UConn was pretty exciting. Texas and UCLA was fine in the semi game, but the actual final product in the finals, watching UCLA beat up on South Carolina looked so small compared to them. And this is what we have to deal with all the time in Southern California. This is what we have to battle through. And y'all not understanding it, you know, how easy it. I mean, maybe we made it look easy. I doubt it. I don't know. But it's not. I'm truly looking forward to USC dominating nationwide. They got deserving ballers, keeping it in Cali. And Jew is awesome, as is Sanaya, as is Jazzy, and I'll throw in Kendall. You can't leave Kennedy out. Kennedy is the glue. She's the connector. Without Kennedy balancing these dominant what do they say? We got dominant ball guards. I see people on Twitter. What did they say? How are the Trojans? How is Coach G going to balance Sanaya and her ball dominant ways and Juju's ball dominant ways? I actually heard this guy. I had to let him know. It's like, assuming he said 3 dribbles or it should be 3 dribbles or less. I was like, sir, we're 2 dribbles or less. We had to train TiVo coming from a different environment to understand we're 2 dribbles or less and you make your move or pass the ball. I don't know where you got that from. If you watch Juju over and over and over, she's taking 2 dribbles or less. And if she's taking more, she's coming from a transition or she's getting to the basket. So I don't know what they're talking about. I do understand that I think there's 2 layers of an offense. And this is just Julie. This is me playing, as I play the shooting guard. There's a first layer, the guards, and then there's another layer down there with the power forwards and the center. Maybe the wing can play both sides, which is like a Kennedy. That's how I always thought. So when like Sanaya, she can go anywhere. She can play a point. I don't know if you guys know this. She can play a wing guard. She can play a power forward. Like all of them are kind of like interchangeable. And so it's balance for an offense that we run, which is read and react, transition, free flow offense, where I even saw Satea bringing up the ball. She can bring up the ball and continue with the offense. Plus, we score off of defensive reactions, defensive rebounds. I'm going to tell you about a team in Southern California that you guys have no idea, and you need to look it up, that played this way, which was the Long Beach 49ers in the early late 80s, early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. The way that they ran their offense and flowed is just like that. Give me 1 second, guys. And so their style of basketball was to run, to press, to run more, and to press. And yes, they did beat Cheryl Miller's freshman year. And then there was another team that was sort of like that, which was San Diego State, which had the Tina Hutchison. Look her up. Listen, if Tina Hutchison hadn't blown her knee out, she was the one who scored, who her freshman year had 898 points. That was the 40-year-old record that Juju had to break with 920. It took 40 years for somebody to score 898 points. Tina Hutchison was 6'2", short haircut, slim, could go, could pull up, smooth, could drive. I even saw her dunk at the park when I was on Thanksgiving break with my friend who played on my roommate rather, who lived in Riverside, who played on Cheryl Miller's team, was my roommate, and then her friend was the point guard. Her teammate was the point guard, Renee Overton for San Diego State, and then Tina Hutchison, since she's from East St. Louis, Illinois, like me, could not go home. So we met up at the park, to get some shots up and stuff. Tina Hutchison and San Diego State have beaten Cheryl Miller. Cheryl Miller had to score one time 46, and I think that Tina might have had 41. These two used to go at it. But here's the thing. I'm bringing it up because this is not the first time, and it won't be the last, that you have a Juju, a Jazzy, a Kennedy, a Sanaya on the floor and be able to make it work. I'm hearing stuff like, oh, there's not enough basketball, or so-and-so's a ball dominant. Why would a freshman come in and be more ball dominant than a superstar like Juju Watkins? Everybody, you come in and you know your place, right? You know your place. And it doesn't even really matter, because Juju being Juju, Jazzy being Jazzy, Kennedy being Kennedy, Sanaya being Sanaya. If Sanaya has a better matchup, or she can go, then she's gonna go, and she's gonna score. She's not even as fast as they are. She's not even can get up and down the court. She's like the trailer. And then if there's nothing there in that read and react, she's still coming. She get it and she goes. You gotta. She's so smooth. Sanaya reminds me of like a Paul Pierce. He reminds me of like a Paul Pierce. He's not gonna be fast as Rajon Rondo. He's not gonna be fast as you got the Kevin Garnett down low. It's like everything's gonna have their place, and they're all different. They're all different. You understand what I'm saying, Ball and Chill? They're all different, and they will be fine. It's like, I have to always throw this in people's faces. The 2018 Notre Dame Irish won the championship with a ball-dominant ass Arike Ogunbowale. And then you got Jackie Young. And then you got Marina Mayberry, who jack up shots. You going to tell me those three can play together, but my 3 or 4 can't? Man, come on. Stop with your weak takes, and you don't know our team. Like, they even asked that question of Sanaya at the McDonald All-American game. I thought it was the audacity to ask this player who hasn't even got to our team yet, to ask her, how are you guys going to all play together with one ball? Who does that? My kid said, because we're all unselfish. That's how. So let me read your comments. I'll get to that about that first round thing. She's a top, in my opinion, but one is crazy. Do they really need a point? No, you don't. A point, you need a lead guard, you need a wing guard. You'll see how it works. Good morning, hey Chicago. Nicholas, what's up? Good morning. Nicholas, Hall and Fagan, meaning Sanaya Hall and Satea Fagan, put up nice numbers yesterday. I feel bad for the world team because they didn't play as cohesively as a team as the Team USA did, which this is a showcase. And so you're showcasing. But I'm glad it wasn't so much ISO going on. They were working the ball with one another, so that was really good. However, Jersey and Sanaya stood out. Sanaya was the lead scorer for until Jersey hit the three, and then she tied up Sanaya. But Sanaya had a better numbers in my opinion: 19 points, 8 rebounds, 4 what was it, 4 steals or 4 assists, something to that. No, 4. She had 2 assists, 4 something, 4 something. But great performance by her. Real easy, light work. What's up? What's up? And I think that's RC. Yeah, it's you. Okay. Hi, Chisholm. I don't know how to pronounce your Chimwabi. I don't know. Hit that subscribe button for me. Hit like before you leave. Coach Corey Close did a great job. Coaching, leading, and inspiring, and it finally paid off to the ultimate goal. Oh, absolutely. That's the way it's supposed to go. You stay together. You stay together until your senior year and you win it all. That's how it used to be done. I didn't care about who we beat for the title, Juice. South Carolina just happened to be in our way. It could have been a freaking Maine. Nobody was raining on my parade. You damn right. Nobody should. What UCLA showed was a balanced defense with chemistry and cohesion and camaraderie. Absolutely. Jude, tell us more about what we expect from Taya. Taya is so young. Taya is so young and so much potential. Lauren Jackson spoke about her, and if you don't know who Lauren Jackson is, you gotta. She is the queen and the ambassador of Australian basketball. She said that the next overall superstar of their country is Sataya Fagan. That baby is so talented. She doesn't even really know how talented she is, but she's very young. She's 17. She came to us early. She got a taste of college, the players. She got to see a whole conference of games from December, January on, I think, January. And she got a sense of our offense, a sense of our coaching. And she won't really know how it feels to be on the court with Juju until Juju gets back. But she's formed a lot of camaraderie with her teammates. She's learning the Trojan way. Excellent basketball player. Excellent. I mean, she can go inside out. She can bring the ball up. She can shoot the three. She's 3 and D. Just know that. Whereas Sarah Okeke is more like down in the post, get the rebound. I felt bad for Sarah because it wasn't her best game, but I've seen her play in the DME Academy Championship game, and then I think McDonald All-American. So I'm not worried about Sarah. They didn't really know how to feed her the ball, and she was trying to get position, and they always doubled her boxing out. So that means I know what I'm looking at. She rose from 10th rank to 5. She's above Jersey, and they bumped Jersey to 6 in the country. Sarah's going to be fine. Fans back east didn't know how good UCLA is because they didn't or weren't paying attention to us, USC, UCLA. I tell East Coast folks that are absolutely, they're biased on YouTube. They don't want to stay up. They don't want to stay up and watch. So that's why they got punked all over the court. I mean, absolutely punked, thrown around. Joyce was hanging on to, falling on the ground from running into bets like a rag doll, like a freaking rag doll. I felt so bad for her because I was like, yeah, you're going to need Watkins. You're going to need, I don't even know. Chloe got treated. Chloe ran into her last year, fell on the ground too. So I don't even know what that was about. I don't know what they thought they were going to do against us, against the UCLA. See, we had 6'6" Clarice, 6'5" Rhea Marshall to go up against Betts. And then Juju with the help side, about 4 blocks on her in one game. So they didn't have nobody like that. No, I feel they will get really good. We got exactly what we needed. More bucket getters, period. Thank you, Ball and Chill. Thank you. Yeah, I heard that too, floating around. Jude Chosens only had 1 basket, so they might underachieve. Please. That's crazy talk. That's facts too. Paul Pierce, you couldn't speed him. Couldn't hurry him up. He could go to where he wanted to go and then started cooking. Good comparison. Thank you. Watch Sanaya play. You can't speed her up. You can't change her up. She's gonna do what she's gonna get to where she want to get to. Yes, Danny Carnegie. You need to be happy, RC. I tried to tell you about your little team, Danny Carnegie to Iowa, to get back to playing with Chit Chat. Comes the color back into Iowa. You think Danny gonna help Chit Chat? I know Danny's gonna help Chit Chat. Danny got that dog in her, and I hear even there, though I never sat down. You should watch her. She just had a poor last tournament game, but all year long, you got the right piece. And then you're gonna have McKenna Wonesco from my area, the Central Coast section, Archbishop Mitty, where I grew up. And I played in the Central Coast section in the Bay Area. You're gonna have McKenna. McKenna played, by the way, if you caught it, McKenna played well in the Nike Summit game. I hope the links draft. Okay, so here we go. Who's still with me? Who's still with me? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Who's still with me? So he moved on in. So anyway, the Trojans are going to be fantastic. I'll dip in and out about what the Trojans are doing or not doing here and there as we talk. So what Ball and Chill wanted to talk about earlier was the number one draft pick. And I was saying that the reason it was up in the air for me about the number one draft pick was because of what does Dallas want or need. And then there was the free agency hadn't taken place, so I couldn't really tell. The expansion draft, I couldn't really tell. Wait, now you're changing the subject. Stay on, man. Do you want me to stay with college in the portal, or do you want me to go to the WNBA? You jumping all over the place, RC. What do you want me to talk about? I do see the Jordan Lee, the Audie Crooks, the Liv McGill, the Leah Crumps, the Addie deal. I see it. Do you want to talk about that? Because I know that the Trojans, we need, for instance, Jada Williams. You didn't forget about her. That was a good one. Jordan Lee, you didn't talk about her. Yeah, let's go to the W, because there's a lot of pieces that I wish I could have, but they're too much star power, too much ball dominant. They may be in their senior year. Some of them, would ask too much money. So we need, for the Trojans, there may be some of those pieces of players that I just called out that you put up there. Besides, you missed a few that are some headliners that can go somewhere and really help a team successfully win. Obviously, UCLA needs a whole lot. And then also Rutgers is building it's gonna be fun. You better watch out. We're gonna have to deal with Rutgers. I don't know that they got enough to get us. I don't know if they got enough to get you, but they got something going on. He got something going on over there, which is gonna be really interesting. It's gonna look like the Rutgers of old, but I can't wait to play them. All right, so the W. I was asking you guys about the number one draft pick. I was trying to get to the point of why I feel that the number one draft pick is not so easily able to decipher. I personally feel that Lauren Betts has shown me. Now, you know me. I've been watching Lauren since I remember Lauren at Stanford, and I remember Lauren all the way through with UCLA. And she's playing her best basketball. She's doing everything. She doesn't just have the two moves that you guys think you figured out. The girl is fading away. The girl came outside of the key, shot a three, shot a midi, shot a from the nail, shot from the top. Man, Lauren was flipping and turning and flipping, and then she already got the defense. She already got the passing out. She can fit so many different places, but I really think that she was. Well, you got Leah Rue, Nicholas. So talk to me. You got Leah Rue, who likes to shoot from the outside. Do you want to have Leah Rue? You can never have too many big, but do you want to have Leah Rue and, let's say, Lauren Betts together? Because I just don't feel like 80 foot is the first round. I'm sorry. And then Minnesota is gutted out. Minnesota is gutted out. And then Fee can't even play this year. What the hell is going on with Minnesota? So if she want to go there, that might be good. I even like our fam. Best is a franchise player. Fudd and Miles are role players. I like Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles can go to Seattle or go to Minnesota, or she could be number one as far as I'm concerned. She plays like a pro. And Skylar just went over to Chicago. So now I bet you Seattle will take Olivia Miles. Jew and Nicholas and Puckett. Dallas went out and got 4 bigs before the draft. I can't see them wanting her now. Tell me who the 4 bigs are. Oh, Rhea, Alana Smith. Okay, Alana Smith is not a center, but that's a great pick. Rhea Marshall and Alana Smith and Leah Rue and Lauren Betts. You want to be dominant? Why not? Go get her. Some people are like, oh, let's do the AG Fudd thing. AG Fudd. No, man, shit. Look, she can't create her shot. And you already got Isaiah James over there. And JJ Quinley probably, if she's going to be healthy. I know you guys, people want to see AZ and Paige. The only reason why I wouldn't want to see them because AZ can't play without Paige. Paige knows when to get her the ball and to get that shot off. But it has to be so timed so precisely that she's not going to be able to get that easily. They blitz and they come out on Paige so quickly that she has to get rid of the ball, which is going to make an angle for somebody to steal it from AZ if AZ doesn't catch it in time and release it. After that, yeah, next to Paige, that's Fudd's perfect safety blanket, period. We ain't got time for all of that. And then you're going to have Enrique on the floor. I would assume, Enrique, I think that when Enrique and Paige are on the floor, they're combo guards. There's no specific point guard. And Paige, it's hard for her to handle double teams anyway. I just feel like they needed a player like Asatu. You just needed a wing player to pop out and that can slice. You need somebody that can slice and dice. You know, somebody like a Davidson that would take off from the wing and go straight to the hole. And I know she's in college, but I could see that happening for her. But you don't really have, like Con Copper does that. She used to. She's starting to back off that, but she needs to go back to that. Natasha Howard used to be really good at that, but I don't believe in Natasha Howard like that. You need somebody that's what's missing in the league. That's what's clearly missing to me. Is you don't have anybody like if Sanaya Rivers knew how to do that, someone that's athletic on the wing that knows how to drive and slice and get to the hole and get to the middle. And you don't have anybody aggressively wanting to do that. Who do you think Sky will take at 5? I think wrapping up Dallas, I think Dallas is looking good so far. So whoever they pick at number 1 would be very interesting, but I think they're pretty decent. They're pretty decent, especially since you went out and got Alana Smith. It was somebody else they went and they got Rhea. They ended up getting somebody else. I can't remember. Bridget Carlton. Was it Bridget Carlton? RC? Did they just take Bridget Carlton and Alana Smith? Because if they did, good golly, Dallas, you did good. You did hella good. Who do you think this guy will take? Well, they got Skylar, Elizabeth, Rachel Banham. Who do they need over there? Who could play off of Skylar really well? They took Jessica Shepard and put her on Dallas. I think they're going to regret not taking Betts. I hear you. I agree with you on that one. I would take Betts. I would take her just to get her away from anybody else. But she did look good in that green, though. They got Alana Smith just from the Lynx. That's what it was. Thank you. That was great. That was great. It was really great. Who do you think? Who do you think this guy should take at number 5? You tell me. I put my stuff up on X. Well, let me see what I said. Let me see. You guys tell me who should. He asked who should go number 5 to the Sky. I don't even know if I'm watching them. Only thing that made me want to watch them was Skylar going over there. Otherwise, I've moved on. I'm sorry, I've moved on. Number 5. Oh, this is a person, in my opinion, that'll be a good fit, I think, and a slicer is Flajay Johnson. Tell me what you think. Yeah, you got it. I didn't even see you put that up. Flajay should go to the sky. Now that Angel's gone. Sarah Ashley Barker's with Portland. That's good. I like her. And then Sky should take Flajay now. Best player coming out to me. I gotta take best player available. I think she's the best player coming out too. I love stuff like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Try to pay attention to what I'm gonna say and type in the chat if you got a question or you agree or you disagree. I'm gonna give you my 15 players in the draft. Listen carefully. I'm gonna lay this out so it's forever on YouTube. Our fam, I had at number 1. Wait, did I? No, that's not what I had. Slow down. I did have them. I did have that. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I did have them. I did have her for a long time. I did have her. My bad. Let me find my other one that I posted. Let's see if I can find it. If you're not following me on X, follow me on X. It's really fun over there. I'm always posting. I'm always talking. And other people are commenting, and I'm commenting on their things and things like that. A lot of stuff, a lot of information of other Trojan followers are over there. But follow me on X. I actually finally put my right name over there. Everybody Loves Juju, so that they can connect it to my channel and Instagram and Facebook. I think it had my real name. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. I'm ready. Listen to this, RC. This is what I have. And I've switched this many times, and now I'm back to this. I have Lauren Betts, number 1. Number 2, I had Olivia Miles. Number 3, I had Azzi Fudd. Number 4, I had Flajay, which would probably send her to Washington. Number 5, I had Taniyah Latson. And I like Taniyah Latson or Flajay for Chicago because of the fact that they're aggressive to the rim. They don't have anybody that, is a slicer like that. Okay, not necessarily somebody who's going to shoot the 3 ball like Rachel Banham. Sometimes Skylar does. But you need somebody who can get to the hole. Number 6, Kiki Rice. At 6. 7, Gabriela Jaquez at 7. Number 8, Gianna Neepkins. There's your girl, RC. Gianna Neepkins, number 8. Number 9, Raven Johnson. Some people might think that's even too high for her, but I think it's not. Number 10, Our Fam. Number 11, Cody McMahon. Number 12, Nell Angeloma. I think she's an international player. And Marta Suarez, 13. 14, Maggie Dugan. And Ayana Martin, number 15. Okay, so let's see if you heard me. Jew, if the links draft anybody outside of Lauren or Olivia, I'm so through. It's got to be Lauren or Olivia over there. Because I don't know. I haven't heard that Courtney got court or re-signed by her. So she kind of like up in the air. She kind of fooling with Courtney a little bit there. And that's too bad for Courtney. And little Tisha Heidemann, they done sent her up to Seattle. Jude, you know that damn well our family's gonna drop down to the Fever. Who did I put our fam with? I got all these names, but I can't see Who's the 10th pick? RC. I know it's a major slide, but some people really like that I said that because they feel really they feel unsure because they don't know her game. And then hey Miss D, because they don't average, she doesn't average a lot. I mean, her stats don't look that great. So they kind of like, they don't want her to get all that love like we were giving her. You think you would have Raven higher than I had her? Okay. Like where? Like where? Hold on. I like the list. I kind of would have Raven higher. Okay. Let me see. What do you think, Miss D? I know Court wanted the money that the new CBA, but I guess he can't max out. Okay, Miss D, did you hear my list? And do you agree? What did I have Raven at? I had her at 9. And I had Lauren Betts number 1. Do you have any questions about my list? Miss D? Stay with the topic, Miss D. Did you hear my list? Probably not. I know you with your ADHD self. All right. So let me tell you my list again. Lauren Betts at number 1. Number 2, Olivia Miles. Number 3, AZ Foot. Number 4, Flage. Even though I kind of like Flage going to Chicago, though. Tanaya Lasson 5. I like Lasson at 5 too. Either Flage or Tanaya. Number 6, Kiki Rice. Gabriella Jaquez 7. Number 8, Gianna Neepkins. Number 9, Raven Johnson. Number 10, Awa Pham. Number 11, Cody McMahon. Number 12, Nell Angaloma. RC probably can pronounce it better than me. Number 13, Marta Suarez. Number 14, Maggie Dugan. And number 15, Ayana Martin. Probably a few spots higher near Gabrielle. Gabrielle was 7. The way I have this written out, I can't see what teams they would go to. More or less was kind of like ranking their skill set. Okay, 6. 6 is Temple. 7 is Portland Fire. 8 is like the Valks. Ooh, the Valks. Love the Valks. Mystics got another pick. Raven Fever got another pick. Who do I got at 10? Who do I got at 10? That's funny. Oh shoot, who do I got putting in these spots? That's so funny. Nine and 10, I think, was like Portland and somebody else. Where I got these girls? I need to take a screenshot of it so I can go back and forth. 10, I had Awa. 9. Oh, I think I had a Raven like at a expansion team. 8, 7. I need to take a screenshot so I can go back and forth. Okay. You want Gabrielle higher. I think Lauren will fit with the Lynx better. The Lynx is so empty, I can't even tell you if she would fit better because they lost Jessica Shepard and Alana Smith, right, guys? Like they look, and then Fee is not even gonna play. It's just is just rebuilding. RC, I think they would use the rookies, and she would have to use Lauren over there. You got Rice low, in my opinion. I got Rice low. Where you really? What did I say? Wait, let me see. What I got? You want Rice? If she goes any higher, then she's gonna go to Washington, where she's from. I have Rice at 6. Otherwise, she's Chicago's 5. 3. What is 3 and 4? Wait. Let me put this next to each other. Hold on. 3 and 4 are Seattle and Mystics. Oh, and that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna send her up there with Sue Bird. See, all UConn players always go there, from Kalina Moscato Lewis to now Nika Mule to Sue Bird. Now you want to send AZ up there. You got Rice and Lowe. Okay, Sanaya Hall, that's my only comment. What about Sanaya Hall? What about Sanaya Hall? You just jumped in right up college girls. Raven to the Mystics is a good fit. Mystics got number 4. Then that means you got Raven going 4 or 9. And what did I have her? Wait, shoot. Dang it. Yeah. I had Raven 9. And you like that, huh? And that would be to the Mystics. That would be interesting. Yeah, I got her at 9. You like that? Olivia, a good fit for her. That's why they need best. They need a big for the Lynx. Where did I have Olivia? I had Olivia number 2 with the Lynx, because I don't know what Courtney's about to do. They not really talking about Courtney over there. I don't know what Miss Cheryl Reeves is doing. I think Cheryl's trying to figure it out. What's she going to do with her point guard? Olivia to the Storm. I used to think that. And now that Skylar's out of the way, I mean, that's 2 Notre Dame guards, but I don't know. As a Diamond DeShields fan, do you think she comes back? No, not right now. I used to like Diamond DeShields. I don't know. She might have missed her window because she got sick and lost a lot of her skill set in athleticism. I mean, that girl was so bad. She was so athletic. And she's that missing slicer that I'm talking about. But she still kind of leaves her feet too much and she hasn't added anything to her game that she needs. Where do I think Fudd fit? I told you. You didn't hear me? I told you. I said I had Fudd at 3. Because 3 is Seattle. Okay, did you tell me what? Okay, so 3. Ball and Chill said 2. 2, she's like a Kayla McBride, Ball and Chill. Kayla, yes, she's stuck across overseas, so maybe she could fill that in, but you need somebody that's microwavable. Like Kayla McBride is a microwave. When she gets heated, she gets heated. She goes on a heater. And I'm not feeling that from AZ. She does not. The last time she got on a heater to me was last year. You don't think the Sky have too many guards? Yes and no. Because when you have such a big force like Camilla, she can't have too. And you got Elizabeth Williams. You can't have too much in there clogging. Like, she needs room to operate. What player should the Mystics pick at 4? I said Flage. You don't got Dukalics on your first round? Ugh. I know, huh? I don't. Since Dukelis came off the bench with all those girls, she'd be the top of the first, second round. She'd be the top. Maybe the Mystics should take Kiki Rice and Angie Dukelis. They haven't even played HBL yet. Oh, yeah, you're right. They haven't. Maybe she can play off guard as well. 46 players total to be drafted in this year's draft, right? 46. Who knows? I don't know what the second and third rounds are going to look like. I'll take Kiki for Mystics, not Dukelis. I don't have Dukelis on the Mystics, sweetie. I have what is the Mystics number? What do they have? Mystics have 4 and 9 and 11. Flage, Raven, and Cody. That'd be crazy. Flage, Raven, and Cody on the Mystics with Kiki, right? Kiki, Irfin. Oh, you know what? They did trade Shakira, didn't they? They traded Shakira. Damn, they got to pick up a vet. They don't need anybody from the draft to take Shakira's spot. They need a vet. We don't know about Haley Van Lip. Who do you think the Sparks are taking? They just signed Kelsey this morning to a big deal. She didn't take the whole money. She wants to leave some money, like about $400,000 on the table, so that they can get some more pieces. You know what I mean? Which was kind of her, because Kelsey, she got money. She got other brand deals that a lot of these guys don't have. So her and Enrique did the same thing. They didn't take the max deal because they want to say, have some of that money to give to some younger pieces, because some of those pieces are like 175 to 300,000. And so 400,000 can go for like 2 players. I don't know exactly, but I want Neekins in Portland. Portland is 9. I don't know why I got Raven going there. Portland is what? Portland is 7. Portland is 7. Who's my 7 pick? Jaquez. Gabriella. I love Gabriella Jaquez. Neekins came out of Utah, huh? And then Gabriella go all the way up there to Portland. I wish somebody from LA, I wish somebody from the LA schools would stay at the Sparks. I'm glad NECA's back with the Sparks. I can tell you that much. I'm glad NECA's home. She needs to retire. We need to do her right. I hated that Derek Fisher chased all my girls off. We need to retire her as a Spark. She's nothing but a Spark. She needs to go back, just like she did. So you say Neekins in. So yeah. So yeah, Gabriella be fun while it's chill at the Sparks. Then I can go find her mom and go back talking with her. She was so entertaining. Me and her found out we both tried out for the Sparks the first year. It was at Loyola Marymount. And I was like, "You was at Loyola Marymount?" She said, "Yes." I was there. I said we had to be on the floor together because I hadn't played it. She said, "I hadn't played it so long. My friend got somehow I said, same with me too. I had some connections. I just wanted my name to go in the books and But I got moved up from the lower level to the mid level, and then they picked from the top level. It was A, B, and C. So I was in the A, and I moved to the B, and then C. And I was like, I got moved to the B, and I didn't even play in years. Like, had I gone overseas, yeah, then I could have competed, but I didn't go overseas, and I wasn't still playing by that time. I was like already in my 30s. Where do you think Cody should go? I said Cody at 11, and that is. I had Cody at the Mystics. I was bringing in some toughness, some some like it's young. If I did what I did, it would be a lot of young pieces, which is a young team that's growing together. But like Cody would get in there and be physical. She'd get in there and she would dive inside. I think she'll get swallowed up off of it in Atlanta. I think it'll be hard to figure out. Like, I wanted to get more playing time. I think Atlanta's set. I want Cody to get more playing time. Somebody that need a dog to the Lynx, because Cody gonna find a way to get on that floor. Her aggressiveness is gonna find a way to get on that floor. She's like a bull in a china shop. Who needs a bull in a china shop? You think the Lynx need her? That'd be interesting. But I don't like rookies going to the Lynx. So they really don't play their. She doesn't play their rookies. So I don't want her. Think about that though. She don't be playing the rookies. When the last time you seen her like give a rookie some run? That's why I don't want her to go there. I don't want her to get lost. Shit. Cheryl Reeves might have to change her ways. She may not have a choice. So that's why I don't want her to go there. Seattle could use her. Seattle lost so much though. They lost NECA. They lost Skyler. They added Heidelman. They still got Malanga, Ezzy Magnamore. They lost Erica Wheeler. Erica's coming to the Sparks, back to the Sparks. They lost Erica Wheeler. Well, Seattle lost a lot. Cody could go there with Malanga. Yeah, Seattle lost a lot. I don't know what our identity. I don't know what the coach. With the players that are gone, I can't tell you what that coach's identity is. Like, we can say what we want all day, but I'm not sure of the coaching style and what she's looking for. Is she looking for a player like Cody? Because you got rid of Erica, NECA, Skyler. You got speed. You got rid of all your speed. You added Heidelman. And what is Cody exactly? That's always been my problem. What is her true position, y'all? Yeah, she's like a playoff bully. She's like a bully, and I can't tell what that looks like at the pro level. She can bully college girls, but can you bully pros? With that height of yours? I don't know. I don't think so. Hold on. I don't think so. You guys know what I mean? I don't know that Cody can bully anybody. Man, my girl Nika Mule to get healthy for once. I want to see Georgia Amore, how she's gonna run if she's healthy, and if she's gonna be back to lead the Mystics. 6-man guarding 2s and 3s. Okay. Cody would get playing time in Seattle. And the Mystics. That's why I said that. Okay. I can see that. Portland believes in her just like I do because they took Nika in the expansion draft. They took Nika Mule they took Nika Mule for Portland. Man, Courtney, that was my phone telling me that Courtney just signed with the Chicago Sky. Courtney Vandersloot. She need to play behind Skylar. That's what the hell she need to do. They signed Sophie Cunningham. You know, she coming back from injury. They signed her back to the Fever, and I think that's the only team she fits. What about Courtney Williams? I don't know. I don't see her sign. Was it Courtney Williams or was it Courtney Vandersloot? That just popped up on my phone. I just seen Courtney. I thought I saw Sky. Where's Tasha Cloud gonna go? I haven't seen her sign. Oh no, Janelle Salone might go to Indy and Thornton. Oh, they trying to load up over there in Indiana. Man, I don't want to lose Kayla Thornton for the Vaux or Janelle Salone or Timmy Van Blade. No, they can't all go to Indy. Gabby signed. We have signed Gabby to a multi-year contract. Look like Gabby. Where's Gabby going? To the Vaux? Hey, Donovan, where's Gabby going? Okay, Janelle signed with the Vaux. Ooh, I love the Vaux. Damn. And then Izzy signed with Toronto. And Gabby's with the Vaux too. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. The Vouchers. I love Nali Nakase as a coach. I like her a lot. The Bay Area gonna be popping. Natasha gonna go to Canada. Oh, they're making moves on the weekend like it ain't nothing. What else, guys? What else you guys got? Yeah. And Gabby signed for a multi-year deal with the Golden State Falcons. So she's going to be there for a minute. So welcome to the Bay, Gabby. Damn, they re-signed. It was her. They re-signed Courtney Vandersloot. I knew they would. She ain't retired. Where's Flau'jae really gonna go? And is Ariel Atkins going to leave and swap for Rakia? Can you guys see that, Ms. D? Hose Donovan? Do you see? Well, they got a good coach, Donovan. So Toronto Temple, they just need the right players or vets and make sure of youngins. And Sandy will do something with it eventually. I don't know if she's going to come out as successful as the Vaux did. But because I understood the Vaux right away. When I heard Coach Natalie say that she wanted up-tempo, fast-paced, and she went from a lot of international players, and then she got some slicers like Tiffany. She got a three-point shooter like Kate. She had Kayla Thornton. She had Monique Billings. She, these are the vets, right? And she was mixing them in with international players. Yeah, she had it going on. And then Veronica Burton, that's who I really like. They were sleeping on Veronica at Connecticut, big time. You like the signings for the Vaux? Yep. What's Cap looking like with New York since now they added French wifey? What's Cap looking like with New York? What do you think? E-Will 1.2 over 2 years contract. I think she needs to stay at E-Will needs to stay with this guy. Rupier and Sandalisa signed with the Vaux. Yeah, that's my international girls. Ariel Atkins and Rakia. I don't know if they got traded. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do you guys think about that one? I think the Rakia going to Chicago is kind of like a win now thing. Ariel, you lucky that you even got to the Sparks. I think Chicago is trying to do something now, believe it or not, which I didn't know they were trying to do. Fee got cored when they screw her over. This is crazy work. I wasn't sure the Sky Sparks trade would go through. I'm not sure of either. Yeah, Veronica made a big difference for the Vaux. She did. Didn't they max out Fee? They did. It's official. Each team posted their players. Wait, what's official? Did they do the trade or not with Rakia? Did they take oh God. Did they send Rakia over to Chicago? Yeah, but Miss D, they cored Fee to make sure she can't even put her brain cell on a thought of leaving. Veronica Burton is her. Rakia. Oh. Wow. They trying to do something in Chicago. Even though, but what do you guys think about him? I think he's trying to do something now. Like, he gave up the 2027 first round and 2028. And he's already did that again this year. But, 27 and 28. Like, that's huge. That's huge. So either way, he's either trying to get he thinks that they're thinking he's getting a Juju or a Sarah Strong or Michaela Blake's, right? But I'm like, you're wrong, because Juju's coming out, in my opinion, my humble opinion, in 2028. So that's a Hannah, possibly Madison type of thing for 2027. Let's see. Huh? I don't see what you're talking about, Jay. So, here it is. Breaking news. ESPN. The Chicago Sky and Los Angeles Lake Sparks have agreed to a trade that will send Rakia to the Sky, Ariel to the Sparks. Is just announced 20 minutes ago. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to watch the Chicago without Angel, but they starting to make me want to peek over there and see what they got going on. Raven to the Fever. She would be reunited with Boston. So now Skylar, Rakia, and Azura are over there. Oh yeah, Skylar, Rakia, and Azura. Azure, she was over. She used to play for the Sky, but the way that she played for the Sparks is the way she should have left, but she stopped trying. That's why, because she wanted to get traded. Because I used to get mad at Azure for not rebounding as aggressively as she should have. And all she wanted to do was shoot on the outside. But when she got to the Sparks, she was doing it all. She was doing it all. But I personally don't see this as a title-winning team for this guy. They win more games, but I don't see title immediately with Rachel, Uzan, Beck, Allen. And is they still there? Uzan and Beck? I used to like Rebecca Allen. I don't know what happened to her. And Camilla. I don't know. When they sign Nazare, I don't like the combo because they got too many people that do the same things. No, everybody can play like do different things, Miss D. Everybody's always worries about people, doing the same things, and it's like nowadays people can do like can play differently. Everybody's not necessarily the same. But I hear you though. I hear you. I meant New York has shot too. Yeah, JJ, Sabrina, Stewie. Does the salaries work? Do you think? Well, they can easily like not take the max and put their money like together. Like they don't have to take so much money. They can do what two people I mentioned earlier have done, Enrique and Kelsey Plum. For the sake of the team, they can take less so that more money can be spread around and get players. I think they're gonna have at New York. I think they're gonna have Benasia, Laney, Hamilton. They sent. Remember, Kennedy Burke was over there in New York, and I think they sent her somewhere. The main defense is Skylar. Yeah. Camilla won't get the ball now. Azare and Rakia jacking up shots. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, Jay, I see now. Have fun at church. Okay. Say a prayer for me. So the Paldo twins, I was just told that the Paldo twins are headed to Rutgers. Rutgers is going to be very, very interesting going back to the Big Ten again. He is loading up on a lot of players that went in the portal. And hey, we welcome it. Let's go. We welcome it. I can't wait till the Trojans walk into Rutgers because Rutgers already came to Galen this year. So they got to go to Rutgers next year. So go on and load up all you want. You ain't got what it's going to take to stop us, though. Okay. I think Jeff wanted to bring in names and shut up the fans, but it's not going to work. I can't wait to see. I love everybody be so confident in their predictions. I love when y'all are confident in your predictions because I sit back and I remember what you said, and then I sit back and I watch. Because I remember some of you guys out there saying, and RC, you need to like call them out, telling me that UCLA was not going to win it all. UCLA can't do this. UCLA can't close. Corey don't know how to win. The Big Ten, this is not as strong as the and this and that. And what did they do? Shut all you guys up. What happened? There's no excuse. You better not say they was tired from the game before. Everybody was tired from the game before, but you guys said the same thing. You doubted Southern California. You doubted the West Coast. You doubted Corey Close. You doubted Kiki Rice and Lauren Betts and all the rest. You doubted, and you told me the SEC was going to win it all. But look what happened. So I can't listen to you guys. I'll listen to you what you guys have to say, and I'll put it in my memory, and then I'm just going to watch and see how it plays out. Because the stuff that you guys be spewing and what you be thinking, because you're so biased about your team, that it's like you don't see anything else. You don't see anything else. You think that and everybody's like that, right? Everybody thinks their team is a team to win it all. I totally get it. And you think they're stronger, but sometimes you think they're stronger than they are. They're really not that strong. And when somebody tries to tell you and point that out, you don't really come back and say, okay, yeah, you were right. RC said he doubts his team. When I was like, if I were you, I just couldn't get on board because I'm a Trojan. But to be honest with you, I was like, I don't know what you think we've been doing over here in Southern Cal. We would handle the Bruins, but it wasn't easy. We've been battling the Bruins since Drew got there. And and maybe we make it look easier than it is, but no, it is not easy. It was never easy. We just mentally had them. Once they got their mental right and realized who they were, their game elevated. Oh, Donovan, you said you're nervous the sky will start well, then fall apart halfway through the season. Right. I was hoping they start like slow and then elevate the rest of the way. You had a feeling the Twins was going back home. Oh, is that where they're from? You know what? If they're going back home, that might not be a bad idea for them. Fans wise, being closer to home, but not too close. You still feel like you're away in college. And then they're just building something over there. Tennessee is going through it. I have a feeling that she's going to go out and get a lot of mid-majors. I mean, she's going to get some mid-majors that she can control and that are, want to listen to, be a part of a story program that they never would have been considered a part of because of the top players in the country were trying to go there. And then she could probably pick some kids up from the portal and then she can mold them the way she wants to mold them. Oh, but speaking of college, in the Hoop Summit, Sanaya and Tay had them some games. Sarah showed she could rebound the ball. Yeah, Donovan, there you go. Absolutely. We got one more game I'm going to go to, the Jordan Classic in Torrance, California. I'm going to go up there and see that on Friday. So I'm going to see it in person because I already know that when you're watching TV and then when you see kids in person, it's totally different. But I was so impressed with some of the other kids. Oh, my God. Maddie Greenway, 3-way athlete, 2-way champion in 3 sports, soccer, track and field, and basketball. Oh, my God. This kid is amazing little guard that Kentucky's going to get. Just amazing. Defense, offense, quick, hustling, strong. She actually can take the physicality for her size. Maddie Greenway, remember that name. McKenna was I always say it wrong. Manesco. She was good. Trinity Jones. I saw Lola Lampley with a behind the back pass that was cold. Of course, Sanaya, of course, Jersey. My girl Tay. Very impressed because they weren't playing as a whole together as a team, but I saw glimpses. I already know what Sarah Okeke can do. They didn't really know how to get her the ball, but we will. She can rebound and she can box out. They had to put 2 people on her to stop her from rebounding. I do notice that Vacosa and Giovanna that are going to UConn. Giovanna's pretty good. I'm worried about what they're going to do with their guards over there. Is she going to stick with Shade and KK at the top? And where would Giovanna go? And where would K9 go? And then, because K9 played better than those two in the semis. And then Vokosa, she shoots from the outside, and she shoots well from the outside, but they need her inside if they keep. They lost Ice Brady, and Jan Alfie's still there. And then JC I think Abi, I don't know how to pronounce it. She was good. I remember her out there. I saw Addie Bourne. I'm a fan of Addie Bourne. Bria Crittenden, tough, rebounding. I mean, they're going to Texas. It's unfortunate that Jordan Lee and Leah Crump, Justice Carlton left Texas. I mean, that's crazy. They gutted that team out where they should have stayed and then added Leah Spade, Aaliyah Crump, Bria Crittenden, I think one more. They should have stayed. Now, I would have had them up there in the top 4. I don't have them there anymore. Yeah, she's gonna be a good soccer player, have good feet, and then she runs track. Oh man, she looked good. She was cold. She was cold. I saw the little highlight on her. The way she went over that hurdle, she went over it properly. She was down low on the hurdle and was already stepping down. She's tough. Greenway is tough, explosive, and track and field gives you an explosiveness that you're going to need. I love all around. If I was a coach, I would do athletes like me, two-way sport athlete. Like if you play two sports and you do like a track and field or you do like a soccer, you definitely, even volleyball, definitely going to be on my basketball team. But I'm not shocked. Oh, Jordan Lee, because she was going to get lost in those guards and wings. Oof. I mean, it all depends on how you play. It all depends on how you play, because you got to remember, the freshmen, you got to get them used to the next level of physicality at college play. And if you just rotate them in, not in the way that Kim Caldwell does, but at least they'll be able to be fresh legs, and you can move them around and rotate them when they come in, because a lot of them could play a lot of different positions, meaning from, combo guardish. I can't believe Jordan did that. She finally worked her way up. Anyway, well, shoot, Sanaya is ready. I'm calling it now. She's very ready. We'll see. She's ready. She's very ready. She's so ready. She's like a Paul Pierce. She's the best one in that class. She's getting buckets like it ain't nothing. And then she shows you a little bit of, she could play D. She shows you how she passes. She shows you, she's just not quick as the rest of my team, which is fine because you don't need everybody running down. But she can shoot from the outside, shoot the mini, back you down, post you up. Man, get out of here, bro. Oh, wait. Preston left? Oh, Preston from Texas left? See, these kids are tripping me out. You know why they're doing that? Because Aaliyah Spate and Hogan, this girl named Amaya Hogan, is not better than Preston. I can't believe she left. Then Rory was supposed to hand the baton to her. He just got a whole new team. That's rude. See, that's crazy when you don't make your kids feel that just because you got all these stars coming in, so the players that are supposed to move up and rank and they play behind and learn and come in, to replace, that they all left. Like they left like, okay, you think these girls are better than us? You think that they're gonna listen and they're gonna da-da-da-da, that they're the, I hate when coaches do that. When they got new recruits coming in and you've been there busting your ass and they're giving all this attention to the new players instead of like making the new players feel like they need to fit in. So if Preston left, I see what they just did. And that would raise eyebrows to me about the coaching that's what's going to happen to you when you get to be a junior or a senior. The next group is going to come in and you don't even really get to finish out your junior and senior year. Wow. Damn. Wow. I mean, Justice Carlton, Preston, Jordan Lee, Aaliyah Crump. Everybody stayed but Cunningham. Cunningham stayed. And I think I'm missing more. Now you're saying Preston? Man. To be that size and have the bag Sanaya has, she's going to dominate trust. Oh, I know. Ball and Chill. I know she can play multi-positions. She's going to be, and she seemed calm and smooth and mature, and she'll let the girls like go, get up and down. Jazzy be slicing and dicing, Juju be dipping and dodging and diving, and Juju's 3-ball. She been working on that 3-ball. It's going to be effortless. Everybody's going to hit that 3-ball. We're going to have like 4 people that can hit the 3. Hell, Taya can hit the 3. I see Sanaya winning freshman of the year. Well, if you talk to them Gamecocks, they probably might think that Jersey will. I think there's a few freshmen that might challenge her, but it's Sanaya to me. It's Sanaya. It's Sanaya because if Jersey has to come off the bench or something, then she can't get it. But it's gonna be interesting. Very interesting, and I'm super excited. And I'll tell you what I see after I get back, from that game. And then Coach Gottlieb, she moves in silence, like you don't really know who she's looking at right now, and that's why I'd be so excited with her, because like I can see when she picks pieces to go with the Trojans, it's like, except for last year, because she really didn't have leverage of, come here, this is what we got. You're playing with the best in the country, Judy Watkins, and things like that. That we couldn't really get the pieces that we wanted. So now we're going to need pieces that fit, that are role players, that are not, that are accepting with rotation and bench time, which is good on the Trojans, because we actually do go through and play our bench, and if you got it, you got it. If you can get out there and you can go with it, you're gonna get good minutes and good time. Like even as freshmen, you do. Who's starting, Hall or Fagan? Hall. Fagan will probably come in for Sanaya. And Sarah can be our center. Laura can do it too. We kind of probably need another center or two, like somebody that's more like mature, like a veteran with that whole thing to help the freshies down low. But Hall will probably start. She's number 1 in the country. And we don't really, we need one more big. We got a big. We got, and I'm sure Taya could play a 5 too. It just depends if you want to go small, big. Some centers are only 6'3". Taya's like 6'4". Sarah KK will be fine in the Big Ten. There's nobody that she's number 5 in her class. She moved from 10 to 5. There's nobody in the Big Ten that can stop her. There's no more bets. Reagan Beers had left a long time ago. There's no bigs. They're gonna stop her. You kidding me? But we need somebody to come to relieve her. And Laura will get in there. She's getting better. She's a good rebounder. Tay can slide down and give her a break. A lot of parts are interchangeable, but I would believe it can't hurt at all to get two more 5s. If you get one, then we got to make it work. Get some more kind of connecting guards, like maybe a lead guard and a connector guard, like somebody that can relieve Ken Dog from these defensive things that she does. Starting 5 could be, you've seen the USC Chosen Wire. Cece mentioned it, and she could only go by what she has right now. She doesn't know, but like who's coming, for instance. But like Jazzy, Juju, Kennedy, Sanaya, and Sarah, you start off, and then as you start get to running everything, you can bring in Tay, you can bring in Laura. But if somebody goes and sits down, you could have Fagan to me and Hall. Fagan and Sarah and Hall. That's 3, and then Ju and Jazzy, or Jazzy and Ken, or Ju and Ken. You can mess around like that. Yeah, Preston is staying there, worried about her leaving. My bad. Okay, no problem. Because I was like, come on, Preston, you finally got your chance. Ooh, that scared me. Golly. That's cold-blooded. That means everybody, you just gutted everybody else except for Madison and Cunningham. That's crazy, Vic. It worked for Corey, because Corey threw their asses under the bus, and so the players that Boozy, boo, the players that stayed were the players that needed to stay. They wanted it. And then you got rid of the fluff and the flat. you know, you got rid of him. They took this, the trash took themselves out, so to speak. I got Juju, Jazzy, Kenan Dog, Sanaya, and I don't know the center. Yeah, either way, Sarah, KK for now, right? KK be fine. We'll work with her. I mean, hell, shit. We had Rhea and Clarice. That's all we had. We only had two before. What the hell? Now we probably could have maybe three in interchangeable parts. You know, we never used Kid. I never remember using Kiki as a five and taking Clarice and Rhea off the court. It was either one or the other. So we've only had two before. And the rest of the girls rebound their ass off. Kennedy, Jazzy, Jude, they rebound and go. And I love Ted because she be getting up and down. She be getting up and down. She gonna love it. She was looking kind of like, man, what are these girls doing? And I'm playing with it. You know, a little frustrated. And the one thing I love about her, she was making her free throws. Sanai was making a free throw. I don't know what happened to our team last year, but the free throws. I mean, that was the worst I've ever seen them shooting. I was kind of upset about that. Free throws, you got to make free throws. Yeah, the rebound would be by committee for sure. For sure. Because when Jazzy grabs it out the net, she gone. Juju grabs it out the net, she gone. And they're going so fast, Jude probably doesn't even have to go 94 feet anymore. She probably going to kick it out. And she got all these wings filling with Sanaya coming down with Tay behind her. I mean, it's so cold the way, it's just so much going on. And the shortest, with the starting five that I mentioned, the shortest one on the court is 6'1", which is Kennedy. Everything else is above, 6'1" and above. I couldn't have wrote it any better. I could not have wrote it any better. It's just going to be fun. It's just going to be fun watching them, you know, trust the process and watching the progression of whatever they're going to do. You know, just watching the progression. You know, we have to be patient. We have to be we have to be patient with them, just learning the offense, the defense, because we play two ways. You know, we have an excellent defensive coach and Beth Burns, so we have to be very patient that at USC you play you know, you play both ends of the court. And then, of course, seeing where Jew is and how she'll be coming along as well. I see her working out really hard and breaking a sweat and getting her lung capacity up. But once you start running and you open up your lungs and your legs start burning and everything like that, it's like a whole different story, you know. But she knowing her, she'll be fine. Like she works out really hard. So, you know, yeah, it's like November 2nd is the first game. So when I go to UNLV, me and Jay go out there to Vegas, we'll come back and kind of report to you like, okay, well, this is how it looked this one game. And then we're going to go to South Carolina on the 15th. We'll watch that and kind of tell you what's up. I can't wait to see the schedule, though, as time goes on, like what our schedule looks like. And I hope that because this year the schedule was supposed to be that progression of June Ken along with Jazzy, you know, playing the best. I mean, we played the top 4 teams except for Texas, you know. Sanaya, we winning championships hall. I know she has them fans thinking Big Ten sweeping again. Yeah, sweeping. We swept the title with what we had before, you know. SEC was second best this season. That's what I try to tell y'all. I mean, Iowa kind of embarrassed us, but look who beat them, UCLA, the winner. I mean, that's not a big deal. That was Big Ten against Big Ten. But I kept telling you, like, I didn't scream it out loud, but I was like, the Big Ten has a lot of depth. Big Ten is very physical. We're very strong. Like, we're strong. Oh, no, SEC, where it means more, means what more? Like, what are you talking about? Where did Edwards go after dropping Kim in Tennessee? She just couldn't. Edwards, you know about Joyce? Go after dropping Kim in Tennessee. You talking about Joyce Edwards? Edwards who? Washu? I just felt like Joyce needed more help down low. That's all. She was carrying a burden. I mean, I felt like every time she fall on the ground, her team don't pick her up. Just like last year, they got a picture of Paige helping her up. Like, she be taking a beating down there. I'd be like, damn, you guys, like, she working her ass off. Could you at least kind of come and pick her up and tell her good job and rub her off? My God. I was like, do y'all like each other? Like, what's going on? Joyce was like, she was like the only one, like, you know, down there battling. That means USC gonna have 3 consecutive freshmen of the year. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, you got 3 number ones, so you're supposed to. You're supposed to have 3 freshmen of the year. Let's see who's competing against them. Let's see. I mean, if I was Juju Tazier Kennedy, if somebody was smoking that day and they were just on one and just hot, you know, I always let them get hot until they, until they cool off. Then you go to the, you move to the next. If it's inside is where the mismatch is, you go to the inside. If it's Jude is hot that day, then you go with Jude. No, you just mix, you just feel for the game. The game has so many different phases and layers for 40 minutes. It's so many different layers to it that people think that Jude starts off like, the one who, that you have to feed the ball to. And it wasn't like that. I mean, everybody tries to get you try to get a feel of what's going on. I remember when she got the 51, that was terrible. That game was horrible. Everybody was just like, what were they doing? If you go back and watch it, Cam Brinks and them, they couldn't hit nothing. The Trojans was all right. They really couldn't hit nothing. And then all of a sudden, Jude just saw the mismatch. Forbes saw the mismatch with the guards. And they was like, here, let's get this ball to the kid. And then when they saw the kid, like, there was nobody that could guard her, and she was just shooting over the top of their heads, they just like, give it to her again, give it to her again. Like, you just do that, and then you just keep giving it to her again. Oh, she passed inside. Okay, let's score. Oh, she passed to the wing. Okay, Big B, you hit that. Forbes, you get a little bit. But then they kept going back to Jude, like, damn, she got 35, 40, 45. Oh, maybe she can get 50. Give it to her again. That's just what you do. Forbes the same way. Tar decides to focus on Juju for the first time. Really, anybody really did it that well in the Pac-12 championship. She kind of was hitting a little wall, that freshman wall, I think. And then they shut her down to score the lowest she ever scored. But Forbes picked it up. Forbes was like, well, I'm here. Forbes had her best game. Kayla Davis, Padilla, a little bit of Big B, a little bit of Rhea. It's like whatever, but Jude couldn't do it. Olivia Edwards, the commit, Olivia Edwards, too. Olivia Edwards, I forgot. Oh, she bounced, man. You know what? I'm not sure. That kid had thought about us. She thought about Gamecocks. She thought about Tennessee, and she thought about LSU. She had her pick, right? But I don't really know. She can't come to our team thinking that she's gonna start. I think, and this is my personal opinion, I think she needs to mature more. She needs to mature. And I don't think she's number 2 after Hall, but we'll see. She need to show me something. I think she's gonna play in some game. I think she couldn't play because she's with Adidas. I think she couldn't do a Nike thing, which is cold-blooded. And I'm wondering, does she get to play in a Jordan Classic if she's Adidas? So she's missing out on all the good stuff. Nah, she not joining Hall. That's her ops. Oh, it is? So that's her ops? Well, stay over there then. Cause I don't want her. What do you think, Big O? I don't really prefer her not to come to the Trojans. I'm not feeling her at all for the Trojans at all. I don't care about all that dunking. I don't really care. I don't. Our girls can dunk too. I seen OKK dunk with two hands. Like, I really don't care about that. Um, that's a great question. Where do I think she would end up? I thought that's a great question. She looks like she like male coaches, but she was going to Kim, so she was going to play for a female coach. She need like a mama figure. She might need to go to Ole Miss. But they finna compete. Oh, okay, basketball wise, but they cool personally. Okay, I thought so, but they finna compete. Yeah, they finna compete. All right. If she better find a team, where's she going? I told you it's a trip that she was actually on our list. Like, they would have to have a serious conversation with her if she wanted to come to us. Like, her agent, her AAU coach, especially her agent, you need to chill because you can't have her coming over here thinking that she's going to dominate the centers that we have, or that she's going to be the big dog when we already have upperclassmen and people are great ahead of her. So, like, you come in, you fit in. You don't come in and take over. You can come in and fit in. Adidas Collecting, they've been on a back foot since 1990s. They were the OG. I used to like, I did wear, you're right. I mean, my college went to Nike, from Converse to Nike. But in high school, I wore Adidas. Got too comfy and Nike got them. Yep, Nike caught them. Lincoln Riley is 3/4 a gay. What? Oh, Lyle Becker. Big old Edwards commitment will be great. Who do you guys want? Do you LSU want her? LSU, do you think she'll fit at LSU? Too many good players in the portal. These incoming freshies can join a super team by default. And then there's money involved. Like, is she a full $500,000 player? Like, and is that in your budget? See, that's where she kind of messed up. It was probably in Tennessee's budget at the time. But what about, you can't have all these pieces. That's a lot of money. If she go to South Carolina, does South Carolina even have that much money left? Too many good players. And we're not going to pay 500, 400. Shit. I wanted Jordan Lee. Well, Jordan Lee, I think her high would be 175 to 3. I looked it up. Audie Crooks would be a lot. Jada Williams would kind of be a lot. I don't know where she's going to go. It's going to be hella interesting. In your time, Adidas was still the only big dog, Jew. Reebok was bigger than Nike. Oh, yeah, I had some Reeboks too, but not to play in. Yeah, my time. I wore, but my college went to Nike. I had Nike spikes. I wore Puma spikes. Puma used to be the shit. And then Nike started coming along in the 70s for distance running. And then they started making spikes and stuff. Too many good players in the portal. These incoming freshies can join a super team by default, or make a super team as they, add. I really like the class. It's a pretty cool class. But I really like Jazzy's class, Jazzy, Sienna Betts, and them. I really liked that class last year. But I kind of like this class this year. And I remember Juju, she didn't get to play in the Nike Summit game. She was injured. She was still coming off those bad ankles from high school. So she was there in plain clothes. And then I remember Kennedy and Joyce Edwards, a couple other players, Toby Fournier. A lot of players, her class was good too in the tournament, in the Nike Summit. Kid Dog knew how to shine. She knew how to get in there and do her part. She was a hooper. Kim changed her plans. One thing for sure, she's among the elite. So she's in demand regardless. But who? But where? That's all we're trying to figure out. Where does Big O fit? I don't even see enough of her play, like her game. I mean, I used to see her on OT Select, but I don't even know. And then I can't go by what she did in high school because she's playing scrubs. Like she's playing kids that, aren't even on her level. I need to see her play, at the next level personally. That doesn't impress me. Playing kids that are not even her skill level. I need to see it. I don't see what you guys are talking about. I need to see it. Oh, we got USC Trojans have a contender roster now. Oh, for sure. We had a contender roster when we had Kiki. Personally, I think we would have won if Juju didn't get hurt. So I don't care. You guys just don't believe it until you see it. Just like you talked about UCLA. Us on the West Coast, we knew the whole time. I just couldn't boost them up because that's not my place. That's not my channel. But if it were my channel, I would have said UCLA. UConn, did I see UConn play and that I was impressed with them? Yeah. But as time went on, they weren't sharpened. They weren't sharpened. And in Texas, their mental was messed up. They has a squad, but they just no. And in South Carolina, to their chagrin, they played the best that they could, and they're just missing their pieces that hopefully will come next year. They didn't have the inside to deal with Betts. Betts is no joke. We just had a plan to get around Betts and to, and they didn't have anybody to stop Juju. You don't have that on other teams. There's no go-to person on Texas. There's no go-to person on UConn. There's no dog on South Carolina like there is with the Trojans that can slice and dice your offense. I don't know, too many options. Y'all were not winning that year, but next year for sure. What year, bro? Not what year? The year that Juicy got hurt? Boo. Yes, we could. Yes, we could. We could beat UConn and we could beat sorry, buddy. Sorry. They were scared of us. UConn's eyes got big. Like, you should see them. You should know. We already had figured their offense out. Sorry, buddy. And then UCLA wasn't going to get us again. We'll have to win the battle of USC to make that statement. That's fine. Even if we do, you're still going to have something to say, Washu. So it doesn't matter whether we win it or not. It's early in the season. But whether we win it or not, even if we do, which I think we can, you're still not going to believe in it. It's not going to – nobody's going to believe my team until we win it all. And that's fine. Last year, I don't know what year. You're talking about when we had Kiki? We beat the champs twice. Who was number one? Well, shoot, USC had a contender last year. Exactly, duh. Like, he don't know. He doesn't know nothing about the West Coast to say some shit like that. You know nothing. That team that wiped your team off the goddamn map is a team that we battled ever since Juju got there, and she's won 4 out of 6 times. You know nothing about going against UCLA. We do. We had the pieces. And I tried to tell you, Juju was better than all her peers, but no, you didn't want to. You wanted to throw Hannah in my face. You wanted to throw Sarah Strong on my face. And I was like, what are you even talking about? Beating your peers at any point in the season is a standard bar. I don't know what that means. Stand bar. Like, we beat them, beat UConn. Like, what do you like? I can't talk about this season. I wasn't even going to try. We did not have the talent. Oh, breaking news. You remember Ayanna Patterson? I think she's from UConn. She used to be like a really top player in her class, but that got injured, and so she left. So Kenny Brooks picked her up. Let's see what she does. Kenny Brooks picked her up. Okay. Guess your ops is UCLA validating USC. Absolutely, because until you watch us battle with them and how we had them shook, you'll never know. You'll never know what talent that we have over here on the West Coast and what the Big Ten is doing. We moved over from that. I kept trying to tell them when we won the Pac-12 championship over Stanford and UCLA, I kept trying to tell you guys how good the Pac-12 was, but you didn't want to listen. And then we rolled into the Big Ten. They try to tell me, well, the Big Ten got Ohio State and Cody McMahon and Jelani. And I was like, okay, Aaron. Trying to tell me, and the Michigan girls. I'm like, bro, like, what are y'all even talking about? The Pac-12 came in there and rolled their asses over. We won the whole damn thing. USC won the title. UCLA won the Big Ten Conference Championship by a couple of points. And then then they put us in, you guys know the story. We get in Spokane, who we was going to have to go through. And then we're the only team in the tournament to lose by UCLA by 14. They get to the championship, blow them out by 28 points or whatever. And like, we did that without Juju. And you're tell me you don't think that man, get the hell out of here. Damn, Brooks, huh? She's his type, I guess. I'm tired of the Gamecock. They're so disrespectful. Crazy to me. All I did was agree with her chat saying that they want Adi. And I said, yeah, you guys do need a big. Man, I don't know what that's about. We know the battle, Jew. But y'all peeking to the big leagues now. Who's the big leagues, Washu? Who the fuck is the big leagues? Who is the big leagues, bro? Who? Hey, B. Will, validating what, bro? I'm confused. The history we know, shame UCLA finished now. Wait, UCLA beat y'all ass. I don't know what team Washu you're for, but UCLA beat their asses. Everybody that they went through. Got through Texas, got through South Carolina, beat Iowa by 51. Why they were even number 2? I told you the ecosystem was all messed up. Yeah, Balancia, I read what you said. It's the SEC and the Big Ten, and you got to put some respect on our name. We tried to tell you that. But I didn't want to argue with you guys. I kept saying we have depth. I said, we got 12 people in the tournament, just like last year. And then I was like, it's just a matter of time. The ecosystem is off. And it's like, you hate for me to bring up Big Juju, but she's just that good. She's just that good of a gravity player. And then you talk about my coach, but yet my coach keeps getting, somebody believes in her. Somebody goddamn is believing in her. Somebody knows something that you don't know, and we're building a foundation, and we're building a culture, and now we're building a culture of winning, and now we're building a culture that is supposed to be, taking us just like Corey had to do. Corey was laying her foundation. Corey was keeping her course. She tried to bring some in. They didn't fit. They have to go. She just continued to stay the course with what she had, and the same thing with us. Y'all talking about Kennedy's going to leave. Do you see me chilling with Kennedy on my page? Do you see us? Do you see me? Do you see her? Do it look like she going somewhere? To you? Do you even talk to her? Do you even know her? Have you even touched her? Do you even come to our game? Then stay the out of what the Trojans are doing and stop trying to talk about the Trojans when obviously you don't know anything about the Trojans and the UCLA battles. I'm so proud. I actually am proud of UCLA. Because if it wasn't them, a damn sure was going to be us. We needed to shut y'all mouths. And we finally did. You talked about Corey Close. You talked about UCLA. You talked down about Lauren Betts. You talked about UCLA so much. You call them trash, basically. But that trash what does that make them if they're trash? Then you talk about USC, juju or bust. It ain't no juju or bust. I tried to tell you that. It's that we have juju. Okay? And you talk about my coach. Don't understand, this NBA assistant coach and what she's trying to build and what direction we're trying to go in. You can't figure out what system do they run. Do they run a Princeton offense or do they go inside up? You don't even understand West Coast basketball at all. You don't even remember. You don't even know how we play. Nobody forgot the USC UCLA pack battles. We've been known, but now it's full circle. USC got a shot at the Natty now. First time ever. No, it's not the first time ever, WashU. We've always had a shot at the Natty, bro. You don't have the National Player of the Year and not have a shot at the title. You just don't. Okay? The National Player of the Year was Sarah Strong. She had a shot at the title. Before that, that was Juju. And guess what, motherfucker? It was Caitlin Clark before that. And what did she do? She got to the title 2 times. And she was National Player of the Year 3 times. Any National Player of the Year is going to have a shot at the title. UCLA made everybody except the other USC happy. Plus, Kiki haters saying she must not be in full court, Doc. We're usually Gamecocks. She must not be in full court, Doc. I'm not sure what that means. Other USC obviously means Gamecocks. I guess so. Yeah. I don't even know why you call them USC. Nobody calls them that. I've got Rutgers winning the Big Okay, come back here when that happens. I want to see Rutgers winning the Big Ten. Hit that like button for me, please, and that subscribe, and then I'll read your comment. Sarah Strong is better than Sarah Strong. You mean the Sarah Strong that Raven shut down? That Sarah Strong, or the Sarah Strong that Kennedy Smith shut down? That is better than Juju? Hold up, bro. No, don't move the chat. Let's talk about this. Sarah Strong is better than Juju Watkins, but yet where? How? When? Her freshman year or the sophomore year that she didn't even play, that Juju didn't even play? The same Sarah Strong that can't take a double team when Juju takes double, triple, and quadruple team, she gets blitz. They don't do that to Sarah. And when they did it, they shut her ass down. So what are you even talking about? No shade to you, Sarah, because I think you're a great player. I think you're phenomenal. But you're not better than Juju Watkins. And you got Rutgers winning the Big Ten. Sarah Strong. No, let's watch that. Let's. Hey, y'all, remember this person's name right here. Remember this person that said that the newly formed Rutgers will win. Remember that name. Can we stop with the other USC Gamecocks need to grow up? Man, I just call them the Gamecocks or South Carolina or SC. I don't care. I'll call them that. I'm not calling them USC. I can never even formulate my brain to do that. The most National Player of the Years rarely win it, I think. But yeah, it's a big factor. It's a hell of a big factor. They're getting there to do it. And there are National Players of the Year that have won it. There's no other way around it. You got to have players around you, obviously, to do that. Like, bro, nobody cared about South Carolina until Dawn Staley. Exactly. Nobody cared about South Carolina until Dawn Staley got there. And she's still the vibe. And she's still the reason people go. I'm a Gamecock fan. I really don't understand Gamecocks coming over here with venom against USC, UCLA, or any big team. That's weird to me. It's weird to me, too. And then Celtics said that Sarah's Strong, the best player in the universe. No, not quite at all. What happened to Raven shutting Sarah down, or even Kennedy Smith? You know what Geno said when Kennedy Smith held Sarah down? Oh, she had an upset stomach the night before. Why would he make it? Why would he have to point out and make an excuse? Why would you do that? You made her look bad instead of giving credit to Kennedy Smith. Please. I'm disliking Gamecocks more and more every year. I don't know why that this was this bad. I dislike their fans. I don't like their fans. It does not matter who did it first. I just want to see USC beat them. Right. We will this upcoming year. I promise y'all not beating us. Annoy me personally, but hey, it's the loud ones. Yeah, they annoy me too. Who said Rutgers will win? Some dude in my chat right here, Gifter. Absolutely not. I stand on my pick. Gift Xer or something like that. Mia is the best point. He said Mia is the best. He said little ass Mia is the best point guard in the country, y'all. Mia Pablo is the best point guard in the country. I believe USC will have better players overall. Nobody has a shot her down. There was so much physicality in physical basketball. I thought that South Carolina was the most physical. They looked like they wanted to avoid contact to me. Yeah, Raven was pushing and shoving on her. She was holding her position is what she was doing. Raven got that leg. When I keep telling you guys, she put that left and that right leg in between her legs and would not let her move her. And she kept adjusting and readjusting. And she had Sarah so frustrated, the woman, the young girl pulled her shirt apart. And there was no fouls on what Raven was doing. All the my dad can whoop your dad takes comparing these players weird too. No, it's not, B. Will. That's what you do in sports. You compare Michael Jordan to Isaiah Thomas and Magic Johnson and Kobe, and that's what sports is about. Sarah Strong's stomach was hurting, by the way. Well, then she shouldn't have played. She shouldn't have played then. Because I don't want to hear her stomach was hurting, and that's why Kennedy shut her down. And then what's the excuse why Raven shut her down and had her so frustrated, huh? What's that excuse? Her stomach was hurting again? Then don't play. I never heard nobody say somebody's stomach is hurting. Are you a Rutgers alumni, Grifter? He must be. UConn should have won that game, but they fumbled. How could they have won that game again? How could they have won the game? No, Sarah Strong is not a generational player. How could they have beaten South Carolina with KK Arnold, Shade, and K9? K9 played the best. How? Your guards are weak. You didn't even have Sarah Williams couldn't even come inside. Who was going to stop them? You got two seniors, one is a 5-year senior. You got this young kid, Agot McCure, long and lanky. Who was going to stop that? AZ Fudd was dry as a barrel from the outside. How were they going to beat South Carolina at the moment? And South Carolina cannot beat UCLA. What up, though? I've been singing around. What up? What up? Hit that like and that follow button. And I'll continue to read. Everything played out the way it was supposed to play out, guys. The way it was supposed to play out. Hell, we didn't have Juju. They didn't have Watkins and Chloe. Fair enough, right? There was nobody missing on UConn. There was nobody missing for Texas. There was nobody missing from South Carolina. It just played out the way it was supposed to play out. That's fine. Juju comparison is fine, but the inability to hear an opposing views, like inability to see your dad, is the second one, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, and the reality about hearing somebody else's view, we heard it, we read it, the majority don't agree with it. Facts are facts. The facts is the facts. The facts is the facts. And until I see Juju come back healthy, we'll see who's National Player of the Year. I don't know how she's going to want to be. She might not even care about that. She might want to be, I mean, she'll always be an impactful player. Don't get me wrong. She may not even like care about that per se as much as she won a championship. But I guarantee you, whatever draft she's in, she'll be number one. Okay? And if that doesn't tell you, let's say she's in the 28th draft, right? And he's saying Sarah Strong is better. So that means Sarah Strong should go out number one, right? Right? That's what that means, that she's better, the best. I would assume that means that. And that's not going to happen. And that's just me being confident. That's just not going to happen. UConn low-key played a weak schedule similar. And they did. And they didn't sharpen, they didn't have, like, we had this like second best strength of schedule. So they didn't rub against nobody. So you can just see as time went on from when I saw them earlier in the year, I was like, what happened to their intimidating, swallowing defense? What happened to their offense? And then, Fudd, what are you doing? What's going on with your offense? If you don't get hot, they don't have a chance. She can't create a shot off the dribble. I told Washu or Louie that. I kept telling you guys, she kept working on it. And it's like, it's not there. And I kept telling, and he came back to my channel and said, I see what you're talking about. And all the experts are now saying what I've been saying. She cannot create a shot. She doesn't have a shot creation. And it's unfortunate. Maybe eventually, I don't know, maybe if she's working on it, she's trying. It's just not there. So I always have this discussion every year. Yeah, we've been saying that on this channel. We've been saying it, right, Ball and Show? And everything I'm saying is not out of hatred. It's not out of, I'm not lying. I'm not biased. If I knew how to show a clip and then go to it and then say, look, and then look, and then, you know what I mean, give examples or something like that, I wish I could. I can maybe give you pinpoint of a game. I may give you examples of, X, Y, and Z. I mean, I'll even say if Juju has shortcomings, I'll talk about her. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, everybody in the nation, everybody knows, any real evaluator, WNBA evaluators, the WNBA players. Hello, the fact that she is on the senior national team while being hurt is telling you enough. You don't see Sarah there. So what are you even talking about? A generational player is there because a generational player bends the curve. They're the ones who set the precedent. They're doing things that aren't never been done before type people. You know what I mean? So when you talk, like, don't just talk from your favorite angle. Just give credit where credit is due. Juju Watkins is a generational player. That's why she's on the USA senior national team and can't even get on the court to play. And that's why she's going to be in the Olympics. I didn't say she's going to have big, huge minutes. I don't know what she's going to have. But I know damn sure when she's 22, 23 years old, she's going to be in LA on the Olympic team. Because she's a generational player. And she will be the national. Thank you. She'll be the national player. I believe her recovery is going fine. Just fine. I really do. I've seen her go from really, really skinny after surgery to like her dapping me up and giving me a hug, and I could just feel her. Like, she's solid. She's got muscles. Like, she got muscles like I've been waiting for those hamstrings. The hamstring is coming out. Her butt muscles are strong. Everything that you need to surround that knee, she looks different. She barely, like, when she's shooting a three, she doesn't barely has to leave her feet and she's just flicking it up. Man, you guys, the fact that she had to sit there all this time and absorb the game in that kind of way, she's going to be, I just can't wait. She's going to be a pleasure to watch. Her IQ is going to be higher. She makes shots more difficult than they need to be. But that's expected when you have raw talent and you're young. Once she figures out, no, Judy, you don't even have to work that hard to get a shot. You just got to get to the open space and wait for the ball to come to you and then go. 26-28 champs USC Trojan dynasty. Yep, her missing this year was the best for her. Don't rush back. It was the best thing for her. Like some of the players, like Chloe is coming back kind of fast. I think Watkins kind of did it right, the Ashland. But we don't even know. She has to check into school. We don't even know if she's coming back. And people hate because they know what's coming with the Trojans. Period. I've even had LSU fans come to me and like on my DMs, like, you guys are gonna be really good. It's really simple to just look at it. Like, you guys are gonna be really good. Like, I ain't gonna lie. There's nothing wrong with that. We've done that plenty of times when we've seen other teams with 10 to 12 All-Americans, which we don't have that. And we like, oh shit, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be tough. Yeah. When Paige and Asia gets well, okay, they're gonna be, yeah. It still needed to come together. But you just hating if you don't see, if you can't even open your mouth to even say, yeah, they're gonna be, and we already were a top 3 team when we started the season. And we ended up before Juju got hurt, higher than the Gamecocks. That made it. When the final rankings came up, like if you can't see that, you just don't want to. And I'm not even going to argue. SC fan here, but y'all will be a good team next year. It's just that simple. Thank you. It's just that simple. And we got to live up to it, right? We got to put it together. We got to do it. I don't have a problem waiting on the process. I really don't. I really don't have a problem. Because I remember when she got here, we was like ranked 21 with the nerds. They didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't even know about Padilla, Forbes. I think I remember Forbes for Berkeley, though. And then Caleb Padilla. You know what I mean? We didn't really know. And to see them climb to 4th and 6th in the country at some point, beating Stanford the way we did, who was like as high as number 2 in the country. Like, it's crazy, like the things that we were doing. We beat Colorado, who was like up there. There were teams who was just knocking off. I see it. They're going to be really good. And Sanaya added, I really see a dominant season this year. I have really high expectations. I do. I have high expectations. And I think for the type of offense that Coach G has always wanted to run, I just know that she has the athletes, she has the athletes and the personnel to actually show you. I actually read an article that Geno was talking about the read and react offense. And he said, I just think I just need to let them play. Duh. Because if you don't, somebody like Vacosa is not a type of player. Watch the young player, Vacosa. She's not even a type of player that wants to play with her back to the basket. Same thing with Donna. Alicia Turnaby's needs to, you threw her into the Wolves. She couldn't guard like a senior vet, poor thing. She got chewed up and spit out. And then she's more of a type of international player that shoots from the outside. Nice. I seen her pulling, step to the side. Nice shot. It's like, hey, Jonathan, it's like, you got to let these kids play now. The game is positionless. The game is read and react. He was saying everything, but he gave no credit to Coach Gottlieb. But the only way Gottlieb is going to get the credit is the type of offense, the free-flowing offense that we have. The only way that it will be recognized, studied, and talked about is when she wins a championship. All anybody ever cares is winning a championship. That's the only way we will get the respect. Oh, yeah, our defense, there's just was lacking scoring now. I see more powerful, bigger defense and more scoring. And I love defense. I think Juju, yes, Nicholas, I do. In my opinion, I do. That's just my opinion. I don't know any inside information for sure of anything, but I do believe she'll stay another year. I just do. I don't know. I just do. It'd be fun to have her for another year. Like, she needs to finish that 4 years because she was on pace to catch Caitlin Clark's record. She was on pace to be the leading scorer above Cheryl. Cheryl got like 3,000 and something points. Juju was on pace to break that. And she would need, she's at 1709. So she would need another year and a half to probably get by 3,000. To be the number 1 leader scorer at USC. There's just goals people have, when you just look back and you remember, after all this time, and you remember, and you think of USC, you always think of Cheryl McGee twins, right? Cynthia Cooper, and then I think of um, Lisa, Tina, Nikki McCrimmon, Erica Jackson, Wale. I think of all that for that team, and then I have another team that didn't quite make it, which was Ebony Hoffman and my friend Aisha Hollins and Jessica Cheeks, but they did. I can't remember how far they got, but I think of that group and they don't talk about. And then we got this group now. And so this group has to surpass. We have to surpass what was before, because records are made to be broken, period. If she win a ring before then, I see her leaving on top. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've heard that before. I don't know what's going through her mind and her team's mind and her family and everything. I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with who will have the number one pick if she declares. I think it has a lot to do with that. Because if it's some off the wall place that's not marketable and just like she just has to put the team on her back type stuff, I don't think she would do that. What's my take on Geno disrespecting Dawn like he did last week and disgusting and disrespectful? Sad it took him 2 apologies to apologize. If you've been watching the game as long as I have, it was a typical Geno move. Typical misogynistic, arrogant human that he was, and he dampered the attention away from those players in South Carolina. And the biggest thing is he tried to bully Dawn and assume that she's supposed to kiss the ring. And I felt like, how could you do that to her like that? She didn't even know that was coming. And he wanted to take the attention off of talking about the poor play that they played and the excellent way that they shut UConn down. He took that all away until making it about him and not how poorly they played. And he was talking about a damn handshake. That she did a handshake, but she didn't do the one, I think, where the cameras catch it or whatever is supposed to happen. But I don't think she did it on purpose. And if she did, that's a brilliant move, because look what it did. If that's what he was sitting there steaming about the whole game, then it worked. But I don't think so. I think his move was calculated. I've seen him get in the face of Muffet McGraw, Pat Summitt first, Kim Mulkey. But I don't know that I've ever seen him do that to a man. And so his ways and his arrogancy and the way he apologized the first time, he should have apologized to Dawn. And it was it borderline sexist and racist to me. That's what it borderline to me. He didn't act out of character, because I thought that character of his had settled down because he got older, but it's still him. It's still him. And to me, if I was a recruit and I was a parent, I would not send my black child there. I would not play for him. Y'all taking it way too far, precisely because he's a male in a woman's sport is exactly why he should have not blew a fuse. Everything is twice the repercussions. I think we're not taking it too far at all. I don't think you're taking it too far at all, because he could have saved that for another time. That wasn't necessary right there before the end of the game even ended. I wouldn't even. Could you imagine Dawn saying, "Why didn't you shake my hand? How come you didn't reverse it, and just say that she did that?" Think about it. What if she did that to him after they won? He would go, whatever, and walk away. Whatever, she's just mad. What do you think he would think? Or if he even would pay attention to her? Agreed. Candace Parker addressed that. Was classless. Tried to tell y'all. Yeah, we've been known. I watched it before Candace even came along. He was like that. Right when he first got to, you know why Pat was upset? Because she wanted Maya Moore. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. She wanted Maya Moore, and this is when we first started noticing. Like, we felt that everybody thinks that he tampered with getting Maya Moore. One of the things he did was ESPN is located in Connecticut. She wasn't supposed to even step foot in there. Something about the ESPN situation. Something that he did that violated rules. And she was trying to get to the bottom of it. And then just his cockiness, like when you should be like how Don was with UCLA and with Corey, like not a better human being. I could see that to win this. Like Corey's been trying for 15 years. UConn was shit. Ain't nobody even talked about. I knew Nikisha Sales. I knew who she was. I knew who Rebecca Lobo was. I knew Swin Cash, Sue Bird, Dinah Taurasi. I knew those players. But I knew who he started getting attention with, the black girl, Nikisha Sales. But when he started close to winning, and it was kind of like, a changing of the guards with Tennessee, he was not graceful about it. He was puffing up his chest. He was like, whatever, like, da, da, da. That's why Candace had to go in there and dunk on his ass. Just like Pat had something said. I don't think Geno could have handled her dunking twice. Could she have dunked twice at UConn? Hell yes, she could have. But she's like, I don't think he could have handled that. Why did we even care what the hell he could handle? Candace, get out there and dunk on his ass again. He would have blew a gasket. Taking it far. Yeah, agreed. Okay, no, it should be addressed. It should be addressed. It was classless. And he just took the attention off of how shitty they played and how they got handled. They got manhandled. Sarah got manhandled by Raven. For example, when UConn blew out Gamecocks in the Natty last year, Don legit crashed out and stopped it. She was talking about her team. She was talking about them not executing. It did not have anything to do with him in UConn, WashU. She was crashing out about how they were playing. It was all about her team. Nothing about him or what they were doing. So let's get that straight. She hugged him and gave him his props and went on about her way. That's where you're wrong, WashU. I don't care if she was going off on Chloe. She was going off. She was like talking to her players. She did not direct that towards UConn. He directed that at her personally. Don more of a man than him, because vice versa, Don would have said good game and moved on. If Don did, we would know. What you mean? If we watched the Natty last year, she did crash out, or the first time. Even Kim crashes out. But they're crashing out about their team, not about what they're doing and what he did or if he cheated. What you mean? He crashed out on her. She didn't go by and cuss him out or look at him crazy. Now Pat used to give him the evil eye. Oh, Muffet was looking all up into his face like it looked like she wanted to slap the shit out of him. Dot didn't do any of that. He attacked her. She's coaching her team and she's crashing out. She's not directing that towards any of those girls or him. Agreed, Jew. I do find it interesting. Geno coaches young women, but cannot accept losing to a female coach. Pat, Muffet, Kim, and Don. There's a pattern with him. A pattern. He came in so goddamn arrogant. It was pathetic. It was like he walked in with UConn with, oh, we're gonna stop all this winning of Tennessee, which Tennessee worked to finally get to the point to start dominating like that. She worked her ass off. I watched USC kick their ass. I watched Louisiana Tech kick their ass. I watched who else was beaten? I think back in the day, UCLA, like, bro, like in the AIAW, what are you talking about? Maryland? Like, what are you talking about? He walked in like a man, like, oh, that's because there's not a man coach, that men can coach X and O's better. That's how arrogant he was. Like, you should see them in their interviews. Like, she would just answer something, and he'll just be like sarcastic as hell, like arrogant as hell. He's just horrible, like, as a young man. It was like almost comical. And he wouldn't crack a smile, laugh, nothing. He'd be serious as a heart attack. Like, to where I wanted to punch his ass in his face, like Muffet did. I don't even know how they. I don't think I could have done. I would have said the same thing Don said. I will beat his ass. Other than the fact that he's older and he probably got a little dementia right now, I don't think I would pick on him because he's elderly now. But I think before, if he said some shit like that, I would have said the same thing Don said. And you're lucky that I wouldn't even put my hands on the man. One thing I do not understand is why Geno Strong's shirt was torn by the opponent, meaning he had no communication. Exactly. Because he's, that's like Donald Trump. He got the dementia thing going. He needs to apologize to Holly Rowe too. Yeah. He just went off on her. Now, just talking your own narrative, I would understand if you're a Lady Bows, but when it was outlined that Geno refuses to lose to a female head coach, that's what you're saying, that Nicholas. Now you're just talking out your own narrative. No, he's not. No, he's not. You probably wasn't even born when I was watching Geno. You probably wasn't even watching women's basketball. You probably was riding the big wheel outside. Well, sure, you have no idea with this man how he terrorized women's basketball. So that's what I thought about it. And I clearly can understand why she said, I will beat his ass. Because I think he got it in her face and said, to the point where she's like, what? What is he talking about? Like, to the point where it's like, the way it was forceful and how he was coming down on her. And I was like, this is what we're talking about right now. Knowing me, I'm a lot more mature now. I probably just like ignored him. And if he kept on walking towards I walked towards my bench, he crossed the line. I'm like, you need to get this man a tea. And I wouldn't even let you guys see what the hell I would say to him in the tunnel. Watch Pat when she goes into the tunnel. I wouldn't even let you guys see what I would say. Geno will never be in a sport that long if he approached the game in that way. The WNBA is very proactive against such things too, so I don't believe that. I'm not a Lady Bows fan. I'm a Chosen fan. Facts is he's a sore loser, and he walked out on his own team. He walked out on the team. He didn't even shake the winner's hand with Classic. I couldn't believe he did that. You got K9 crying on the floor. Sarah was in tears. AZ was in tears. And this is how you treated your players? You was really angry at your players that they weren't good enough. You was angry with your players. That's who you was really angry with. Because you couldn't get the princess, the Don Dada princess, a championship. Or you thought you was going to start going back to back. He didn't even like that Coach Gottlieb beat his ass. But he sure did have a lot to say, trying to whisper in Juju's ear, I think you should go pro. Nigga, get out of here. You just want her to get off the scene because you know what's getting ready to come down the pipe. That's what that's about. Then you go plucking our players. That's why he apologized, not because he wanted to, but the media was giving it to him. Yeah, his AD, his GM, everybody was probably telling him, boosters like, dude, you losing it. Who does that? You're bigger than that. Come back next year. Get it right. All right. WNBA free agency. What did you say? It's been very crazy. I'm about to go because I'm about to look at some of the other movement with it. The free agency. And then tomorrow night is the draft. So get ready. I'll be back. Probably either watch it together or I'll wait. And then we'll come and we're going to talk about it. I have two nieces, and we're not at them playing. No, what they're doing over there. Some of the great players that they've had in their history at UConn. But I would never want a man to be treating my child like that. I would never let a man do that. No. You think I should go live? Ball and Chill says I should go live. Are you guys going to talk? Yeah, because I really want to hear you guys' reaction to this. I probably should, and I'll just watch it. I just want to see what they're saying and doing. But I do want to see your guys' reaction to this. And I don't think the media puffed up anything. I think we as human beings could see with our own eyes what we saw. And I wouldn't have blown it up as much as that he doubled down and he continued to double down. And it was unnecessary. And the fact that he walked out on his team and he didn't shake you're hypocritical because you wanted Don to shake your hand in a traditional way, but you didn't even do the traditional handshake. And it can't be because you felt that she didn't do it. That you then projected it onto the players. That was very hypocritical. Ani, Geno lost all respect for me too. He likes to beat up on all the teams and hates to beat up on, and he has an ego bigger than yeah, his ego. It was all egomaniac. That's all it was. It was so obvious. But I've seen it over and over and over and over. I've seen it. I've seen it my whole life, his whole career. I've seen it. It's nothing new. It was worse. Current Husky players and former Huskies players should not condone Geno's action. If anything, I'm sure Geno's players and former players will downplay it. I mean, I don't even want to talk about some of the comments are, from Candace and Paige said it's unfortunate. And then Diana tried to play it off like they're just both competitive. They're best fight. First of all, if she would have not said anything and walked away, then what? We always have to take the high road. Sometimes people aren't going to always do that. Some people are not going to always do that. If she could do it all over again, I don't know which way she would go. She might take the high road, but some people are not always going to do that. And you're going to wait and you're going to, I would have looked at that gray hair on top of his head and the old man that he is with his belly sticking out. I'd probably be like, man, he's getting older. Let me just leave this cranky old man alone. I'm not even going to say anything. But being that close to me and you're breathing your hot air breath on me, saying what you said and the way that you said it in an aggressive manner, I don't know how I could handle that, right? Honestly. If he won, he would have never said anything, but he would have just did a handshake. That's what Ball and Chill said. It's funny how everybody was going after Caitlin Clark, even Geno and ESPN. All those girls up there at ESPN was killing Caitlin Clark, and they gave Geno a free pass. Yep. Well, Geno should have realized he's in a women's game. To be honest, the problem is that the other party is a woman, and he was aggressive, which is never moral, despite the equality BS. You got to protect women. Exactly. It was just, why would a man do that? Why would you need to assert yourself like that? Some things you just don't need to do. You don't have to push around like you're the stronger species. Why would you even need to come like that? You came aggressively at her. And you got something back. Because if it were a man would have came back aggressively at him. And nobody would have thought thought anything about it. So yeah, I'm gonna go. We'll do the draft. I want all of you guys to come back for the draft. I tried to talk about the draft earlier. I really wanted to get. I couldn't go all the way through it, but I really want to know your guys' thoughts on who's number one, and let's see if that will work. I want to see who you guys think should go number one. And for me, I couldn't really do it because I didn't know. I'm still trying to look at the free agency movement so I can see what that team, what Dallas needs or not need. That was going to determine for me about possibly the number one. So I don't know your guys' reason for choosing the number one, but I really want to know. Auntie Gina was definitely lucky that wasn't the old Don Staley from North Philly, because if she would have had her people there with her, trust me, she does. She would have definitely been that bad person. Oh, she did. That's why she said, I would have beat his ass. That's exactly why she said that. I will beat Geno's ass. Like I could see her taking a jab at him just like that, slapping the shit out of him. And he wouldn't be able to move fast enough to get away from her because she would throw a couple of more before anything happened. Like, unless he got the Italian mob, you're not messing with them boys from North Philly. You don't know who Don got in their corner. So he needs to chill. But that was just going to be this little nasty brawl from the coaches. I think like the nastiest brawl I saw was the Michigan coach, Juwan Howard, right? Wasn't he the coach for, was it Juwan? For Michigan when he was throwing punches and stuff. Because you don't sit around and play with people. You don't play with their emotions like that. It's already a heated moment. You don't do that because then it brings people out of character. Yeah, I see you, Nicholas. Geno doesn't want that smoke from Don. I've been in North Philly. Geno doesn't want that mess around and find out. Oh, yeah, I know what go on in North Philly. I remember that whole block. I seen that whole block erupt. They was having some deep issues down there. Juwan Howard, or Jamal. Yeah, thank you. I'm absolutely correct. He was part of the Fab Five, and you saw what happened in the handshake line. So that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't do that to another man. When I saw what he did and how he got suspended and stuff, I was like, bruh, she's on the same level. Like, you come breathing your hot breath, coming in an assertive way like that, down on somebody, their natural instinct is to protect themselves. So you lucky she didn't throw a punch or slap your face. Any woman would have slapped his face. Like, get out of my face. Are you crazy? And so that would have just really took the moment away from South Carolina. Excellent game. Excellent game plan. The Michigan one, oh man. Yeah. Y'all look that up, what I'm talking about. Howard, the coach, what he did in that handshake line. That's what I thought I was about to see. And that's man on mano. That's man on man. This is a woman. Like, why would you even do that? Like, you know how weak you got to be to get into a woman's face and act like that? Like, that's like, you don't really know who you are. And that brother is from the south side of Chicago, and he holds it up well. But people from Chicago do not they don't take disrespect kindly. No, they don't. They don't. And then my family's from New York, and then my close friend's family is from Chicago, and I like my family from the Bronx. So my mom would have reacted just like that. She's not a fighter, but she sure would have had words for him. But my dad, the Marine he was, would have kicked his ass. Straight up. So enough of that. I'm glad I got to talk about it because that's how I really felt. But again, nothing new. I've been watching him for a long time. So moving on, and we'll get together for the draft and Nicholas for the final closing. I can't wait for the USC and South Carolina next season. Sure, ESPN will televise that game. What do you think Gottlieb's starting five will be next season? I told you, I don't know. I think Jazzy, Juju, Kennedy, Sanaya, and one of the centers. That's it. That's how it's going to go down. But I hope the conversation around the game stays, cordial, and let's make it clear from a Trojan fan, from someone that's at the Galen. They beat us now twice, I think, right? And that would be our reason to avenge, but they're not our rivals. It's not a rivalry. It's not a rivalry. I don't consider South Carolina a rivalry at all. I just feel like I want to see a good game. And of course you know who I'm rooting for. And then I'll give the reasons why once we settle and we get to see each other play. But I don't think that they're not our rival. It's just for the battle for the real SC. They don't say real USC because you can't. That's already been settled in a lawsuit. You can't even wear it across your chest. You can wear it on the side of your shorts, something like that, but you cannot wear it across your chest like this. You cannot print any gear to buy anything that says USC straight this way. So that's settled. But as far as like being a better program and on and on and on, yeah, we have 139 championships. I don't know what are we comparing as a school. So like, what are you talking about? But as far as like playing them, I want to play them. I want to get this. I want to avenge the 2 losses for sure, because you didn't beat Juju in USC. You beat USC, but you didn't beat Juju in USC. And so, yeah, we got to get them back. But there's no rivalry. I don't even look at you guys. Our rivalry is UCLA. Siempre Fi. My dad's a Marine too. 2 Purple Hearts from Vietnam. Yep, my dad was in the Korean War and the Vietnam War. I'm the baby of the family, so could imagine how old he would have been if he were alive. Probably 94, something like that, 95 by now. So he was in 2 wars, Marine, drill sergeant. So and then being from the Bronx too, in New York, no, that wouldn't that. And he's 6'2.5". No, that's not going down. So respect to you. Fight on. I'll see you all soon. I love the conversation today. I appreciate you all joining me. Let's get back together for the draft, and let's continue to watch what's going on in free agency and with the portal mess. All right. Talk to you soon, y'all. Peace.
Around here, this is more than a game. It's family, it's culture, it's legacy. A community that understands the work, respects the grind, and honors the journey. From the hardwood to the highlight moments, to every player chasing greatness. This is where passion grows, where fans become family, where standards are protected, where women's basketball lives. Welcome to Everybody Loves Juju 12.